Hi TVL honeys, thank you for joining me here today on I See Melanie, aka the I See Lestat channel. That's what this channel is going to be for the next 2 months basically. So today's a very exciting day for us because two things regarding this new season dropped earlier on this afternoon. So we got some more news about the Vampire Lestat After Dark TV show. We'll talk about that for a bit, but most of this video today will be concentrated on the new trailer, the Rolin Cut. So this has been edited and directed or composed by Rolin Jones, and I didn't know that that was a thing, but one of you guys told me that, oh, just wait a couple of weeks and we'll get the Rolin Jones cut. So we've got it today, so we're going to talk about that. Super excited to talk about that. So before we get into things, make sure you do all the YouTube things for me. You like, you share, you subscribe, you put your notification bell on, you comment, you also hype it up. So you go to the comments section, you kind of scroll that thing a little bit with like the 3 dots, and then there's an option to press a hype button. Do that so we can get this going through the algo that much more. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. We love having you here. There's a great community going on over here for Interview with the Vampire fans. For your reference, I have not read the books and I don't plan on reading them until maybe after the series is done. But I do know some things from it, so I might make mention of those things. But I would just ask for you not to leave any comments that have book spoilers in it, because I really don't even like that I know as much as I do. And yeah, and also be kind, because I have gotten some pretty rude comments from people, and I know you're not a rude person, so you would never write something like this Heidi person over here. So I thank you in advance. Item number 1, the Vampire Lestat After Dark. So the Vampire Lestat sets after show at AMC+. We've got a picture of our lovelies here. We've got Asa, Delaney, Jacob, and Sam. And so we see that this is going to be a new after show. We know this already. We learned that it's being hosted, as I mentioned last week, by a lady named Lizzie Bassett. And it's going to feature the actors as well as the executives and behind the scenes people. So Mark Johnson and Rolin Jones, of course. And so it's going to be a half-hour show. Of course, we know that it's starting on May 24th. So that's in a couple of days on Sunday on AMC+. But then it's going to re-air that episode on AMC, like the TV channel, on May 31st, so the week after. And it appears as though there are going to be 3 episodes on the TV channel, but I understand, I think I do, maybe I'll confirm this while I'm editing, that there's going to be an episode of the Vampire Lestat After Dark after every episode on AMC+. So theoretically we should get 8 because there's 7 episodes, so 7 plus the preview special. So one of the execs talks, in his corporate speak, saying that it's there to enhance the experience and to deep dive into the lore of the show, behind the scenes insights from the cast and producers, and to pull the curtain back on the stories. So once again, AMC is not new to this if you're a Walking Dead fan. As they mentioned here in this article, the AMC's been doing this for a while, and The Talking Dead was The Walking Dead's companion show. So we just got some more information on that. Okay, now let's go into what we really came here for, and that's the Rolin Cut. The Vampire Lestat, a new extended trailer. Let's look at it right now.
So, could you state your name for the camera, please?
I'm the front man, Lestat.
The Vampire Lestat.
I'm immortal, more or less. The light of the sun, the sustained heat of an intense fire. Jefferson's starship, grot-wielding coven members. These things might destroy me, but then again, they might not.
But that smirk, that changes pretty quickly.
You've been alive and undead for 265 years. You witnessed the French Revolution firsthand, the electric light, penicillin, 2 world wars, the atomic bomb, the moon landing, the Berlin
Joy
Wall.
Chestnut.
What?
He eats hot dogs for a living. He's extraordinary. I hope to meet him one day. Was there a question?
He's so silly.
You kill people.
I sleep, I think, I sing, I contribute to local economies.
Why have you chosen to waste it singing music no one wants to hear in pants no one should ever squeeze into?
You're confused about the pursuit. It is about pure expression.
Failure! This song's gonna kill you, you know that, don't you?
I can't die.
So that's
Everything
not Claudia.
dies. You die, I die, she dies. Oh, he dies bad.
Let's talk about your mother.
The vampire Gabriella.
My maker called for his mama and I came. Okay. Okay.
So
What? Your
gross.
mother?
Are you hitting the same vagina you spent the first 9 months of your mortal life in? Anatomically, there's the womb.
Stop the
and
clock.
there's failure.
Taylor and Travis. Congratulations. Have you set the date yet?
Could be nice.
Failure!
Is it true you were a stutterer as a child?
No, he doesn't know.
Nobody gives a fuck about what I was before. No one cares.
No one seems to give a shit about you now, flatlining 1,000 capacity venues.
Failure!
I think in the end, I was pretty fucking great! I want you to love me enough to give it to me!
Failure!
Why music? Why now? What are we doing here?
We're doing a rewrite.
So this whole tour is just some ironic reaction to my book. Is my doc your eulogy?
The songs are my story. Your documentary, the liner notes.
Failure!
Missing the psychodrama of Dubai? I'm looking for killer.
Greenwald!
An unworthy thief! Selfish.
Such an asshole.
A waste.
Cowardly.
Failure. Kitty little bitch.
Unwelcome. Dixon.
Cabbage.
Stupid fucking idiot.
All right. That was intriguing, wasn't it? So, you know what? I think if you watch my reaction to the first trailer, I liked it, but I thought it was very vague. And this one here, I wouldn't say it's like super specific, but it did give us some other little like nuggets to see, you know, how things would be operating this season. Like not really. Like I don't feel as though it gave too much away, but it was nice to see different scenarios, different settings, different characters. We see Claudia in this one. I don't think we saw Claudia. No, we didn't see Claudia at all in the initial trailer. So anyway, so I made a little video. We're going to go through some of the sections of this and talk about what we see and what we hear, because there's a lot of dialogue in this one where the other one was mostly clips. With this part we're going to look at right now, I took the background music off just so we can hear the conversation a bit better. Alrighty, let's start.
So, could you state your name for the camera, please?
I'm the front man. Lestat.
The Vampire Lestat.
I'm immortal. More or less. The light of the sun, the sustained heat of an intense fire. Jefferson's starship. Grot-wielding coven members. These things might destroy me, but then again, they might not.
Look at his face. He's all like, oh yeah, I'm fun and games. He looks very serious now.
You've been alive and undead for 265 years. You witnessed the French Revolution firsthand, the electric light, penicillin, 2 world wars, the atomic bomb, the moon landing, the Berlin...
Your chestnut.
What?
He eats hot dogs for a living. He's extraordinary. I hope to meet him one day. Was there a question?
Do you kill people?
I sleep, I think, I sing, I contribute to local economies.
Okay, let me stop a little bit. I had to blur so many things out when I put this together. So first off, okay, Daniel and Lestat, it's going to be gold. They are going to like out annoy each other so much, and I can't wait. And you know, we don't talk as much about Daniel, but I love Daniel so much. I love how interrogatory he is, and I guess as a reporter he kind of has to be. And you know, as a curious new baby vampire, he's asking a lot of questions, and he's just gonna get under Lestat's skin 24/7, and I'm so here for it. Okay, so we see this part here that his bandmate asked him if he eats people, or sorry, if he kills people. You see his mom's in the back of the tour bus, and earlier on, let's go back, we see the tour bus, and there's a lot going on in there, right? So, you know, people are, you know, canoodling, if you will, people just chilling out, reading books, doing all sorts of substances. I'm sure someone's drinking.
The moon landing, the Berlin...
Okay, so let's
Kill
jump.
people.
I sleep,
So we
Question.
Yeah. So we see his mom in the background there. So you know that she's going to be all up in the mix, which I just can't wait to see this all play out.
Kill people.
I sleep, I think, I sing, I contribute to local economies.
Why have you chosen to waste it singing music
So-
no one wants to hear?
So we know, of course, Lestat is who he is. You know he's going to be getting up to all sorts of things. And that looks like one frame that I missed the blur part because we saw that lady's backside with her thong. But I think that's okay for YouTube. But
I contribute to
he
local
is
economies.
contributing to the local
Why have
economy
you
by going to
chosen
strip
to waste it
clubs. We
seeing-
see he is enjoying a lady. And then we see his bandmate like putting his fist through
Why
a pinata.
have you chosen to waste it singing
So,
music
yeah.
no one wants to hear in pants no one should ever...
And this part here, in my review of the NYCC trailer, so back in October, we see the shot of Lestat putting powder on somebody, and I said, I wonder if Lestat's a good makeup artist, and clearly he's not. I love him so much, he's insane. I
Pants
love him.
no one should ever squeeze into.
You're confused about the...
Oh, and this part here. Yeah, what's different from this is that, yeah, there's a lot of conversation in this. And so most of the times when I do these videos, I'm just showing you clips and we're talking over it. But there's a lot of conversation going on here. So we see this is a tour bus. It's a very interesting setup to have an open shower right there in like the living room section of the tour bus. And people have been saying, is this Daniel? I blurred out the backside too to make it YouTube safe. But I think when we look at Lestat's reaction, he looks like he's kind of grossed out by it. And of course, I'm sure he's hooking up with guys on this bus all the time. And I wouldn't think he'd have that reaction on his face if he saw one of his men he's sleeping with naked. But Daniel's another question. So let's look at it.
Into.
His
You're
face.
confused about the pursuit. It is about
It's
pure
like I didn't ask you here.
expression.
Okay. So, yeah. So, again, Daniel's asking him, like, why are you doing rock music now? And like I said before, again, rock music is not my go-to. But as somebody who was a teenager in the 90s, rock music, grunge music, alternative music, that was just pop music. It was on the pop station, right? So when I think about, somebody wanting to make a splash today, to be a big showman, there are rockers, obviously, but like that wouldn't be the first thing I would think of. I would think of more of a pop star. But he wants to be a rock star, and it's all about the expression, about the drama, all about the angst, because he's Lestat de Leoncourt.
About pure
So,
expression.
this part here, we saw in the NYCC trailer from a different perspective. Oh, I should have slowed things down a bit more, but let's see. Here. Okay, so this is a shot, I think it's a different angle that we saw before. So we see here he's with his microphone, he's outside, and we see there's brightness, so sunlight, and he is, his face is, turning into dusk, similar to what Louise and Claudia's turned into when they stepped into the sun. Lestat has been kind of vague as to whether or not he's impacted by the sun. So clearly something's going on with him now. Maybe it will take him longer to succumb to it versus Claudia or Louis, but he's definitely reacting to it. And the very idea that he's out there in the sun, why is he doing that? Wonder what's going on with him that day. And so one thing you'll notice, actually two things you'll notice. One is that pesky little volume symbol that I couldn't get off because it was a rip from Instagram. But another thing you'll notice is that throughout this trailer that we see a record that says failures. And I know that's one of the episode titles. And I think it's his mom or somebody keeps on saying failures. I think it's his mom throughout this trailer. Let's move on.
Expression.
Okay.
Someone's gonna kill you. You know that, don't you?
Okay, so for all of you guys who said to me a few weeks back when I said, I think that's Claudia's voice. And you all said, I don't think it is. And I said, yeah, I think it is. I was dead wrong. So that's not Claudia's voice. I don't know expressive if it's Baby Jenks' voice. Maybe it is, but it's not Claudia's voice, and that's the most important thing. So we see here, he looks really good. So he's playing the
Someone's
piano.
gonna kill you. You know.
This is the same circumstance or same place where he was with his mom. We saw that in a picture that came out maybe 3 weeks ago. So he said, the person was saying, what?
Kill you. You know that, don't you?
Someone's going to kill you. He says he's immortal. And so in this shot here, it's kind of hard to see because the thing's in the way. I'll probably put something over top of this. But he is backstage. We've seen this shot several times before. And baby Jenks is passed out on the floor. She looks blanched. She looks like she's blood. All her blood's been drawn. But we can also see that she is above him, like she's like floating on the ceiling, which I'm sure she actually isn't. But I think this is just showing that Lestat is completely out of it. He's hearing people, he's seeing, he's hallucinating. And we see this a couple of times in this trailer.
I can't die.
Everything dies.
All right, so look at this reunion. So he is in the studio and he looks out the glass. And what does he see? Who does he see? He sees his daughter. He sees Claudia. So literally that must be very haunting for him and very upsetting for him. I'm so glad we're seeing more of Delaney in this
You
trailer.
die, I die.
Okay, so here is an interesting clip because we see Lestat outside and it is clearly daytime. Now I can't tell if that's the sun out there or just like a lighter patch of the sky, but I would imagine, because I think we've seen this with other circumstances, they can be outside when it's daytime just as long as they're not in the sun. So in terms of the TV show, what's in the books, again, I don't know. But he's out there. Maybe he's just having a good moment where he's not susceptible to the sun. But we see him, looking up to the gods. Maybe he's seeing somebody. He's hallucinating again, and he's making notes, which is interesting. I've never seen him write before. Just knowing the laws, the great laws, and maybe he's holding on to that for some reason.
I die. She dies. Oh, he dies bad.
Okay. So this looks like they're in an auction house. And this looks like they're reels, like film reels in this display box, but it's up in flames. So I'm guessing that somebody or a vampire is setting this thing ablaze with their special powers. So yeah, as an auction house, we see there's some jets behind. So these are probably very high-end people with lots of money, or they're doing the bidding for people with lots of money.
Talk about your mother.
The vampire Gabriella.
I make a cold for his mama, and I came.
What? Your mother? Are you hitting the same vagina you spent the first 9 months of your mortal life in? Anatomically, there's the womb. Stop and...
So I knew the moment Louis mentioned the vagina part that Lestat was going to get into technicalities, or I guess, well, that's real life too. Like technically he was in her uterus for 9 months, but the idea is still pretty gross. And I'm happy to see, and I wouldn't expect anything other than this from Louis, that he's sufficiently grossed out by the fact that like this guy who he's on and off with is sleeping with his mother. And I really wonder if they ever even talked about his mother being a vampire, that she is wherever she is, because again, I haven't read the books, but who knows what they're going to do in the show. But I wonder where she's been this entire time. Has she been in Europe this entire time? Has she been out there like living her life, or has she been kept? I know that much from the books. So yeah, so he's sufficiently grossed out.
Taylor and Travis. Congratulations.
Taylor and Travis.
Set the date yet? Could be nice.
So here Daniel is mocking them, and I know Daniel's going to be mocking them relentlessly, and I'm living for that. So Taylor and Travis, Taylor and Travis have been pretty solid. I'm sure a lot more solid than Louis and Lestat have been. So one thing I think is neat, obviously, and Jacob and Sam have alluded to this before in interviews, but this is after that first scene we saw almost 3 months ago now. Yeah, that was February, where Louis or Lestat learns about the book, because obviously by this point he's talking to Daniel, Lestat is. So the two of them are going to be on and off. So yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to be like. I'm sure it's going to be messy, of course, because it's the two of them, and the circumstances now are kind of crazy. So just seeing them,
and Travis.
walking together is fun. Seeing them fight on the street is fun. And here Daniel says, "Set a date yet," and then we cut to them on a park bench, And Louis says could be nice, and Lestat says could be. And he has the look of love all over his face. Now, who knows what they're talking about. Somehow I doubt at this point they're talking about, getting married again. But it's just so nice to see them tender with each other because I love that.
Failure!
You were a stutterer as a child?
Don't. No, he doesn't know.
Nobody gives a
Must be
fuck
his
about what it was
brother.
before. No one cares.
Doesn't seem to give a
His
shit
father?
about you now, flatlining 1,000 capacity venues.
Yeah.
Think at the end.
That's so rude. First of all, let's go back to that. So we see he's being beaten up by, I think that's his brother and his father or whoever in his youth. And then Daniel making fun of him, saying that, oh, well, you're not doing well in these 1,000 capacity venues. Like, first of all, he's new to the scene. It takes a while to gain a following. And also, what's wrong with an intimate concert? I love intimate concerts. Speaking of intimate concerts, actually, one of the concerts that's in this trailer was filmed at a concert hall, like, down the street from me, literally. I hope I don't dox myself, but yeah, it's down the street from me. And I have been there 3 times. I haven't been there in about 10 years, actually, but I've been there several different times. And it's a smaller venue. And what's wrong with a nice, intimate venue? So Daniel's just being a hater. Even though I love Daniel, though. I know he's doing it to get under his skin.
Shit about you now, flatlining 1,000 capacity venues.
Yeah.
Think at the end. I was pretty fucking great.
Okay, so this part here, the filter kind of took out some of the extra yelling. But yeah, so here we see him, in a venue or in a place where there are lots of people. And he said, in the end, I was pretty effing great. And he looks like he's giving himself a pep talk. And not just, playing it up for the camera or playing it up for the crowd. I think he's really talking to himself, saying, like, I was okay. Like, everyone makes me out to be this complete loser, this complete failure. I wasn't that bad. Which I agree. And then we see his mom yelling. I think his mom said, grow up. And we see here, Mr. Tenor. Wouldn't it be funny that even in Lestat's hallucination that this tenor is, like, scream singing and he's still off key? I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so we see everyone yelling at him. So we see, this is a good shot. So we see, okay, him giving a pep talk, his mom yelling at him yelling, the tenor yelling at him, he's yelling. This, I believe I've seen people say that this is Magnus, so Armand's maker. And then we see Claudia. And at this point here, Claudia is yelling Madeline. And she's wearing the dress. And so this will obviously be a trigger for Lestat. And I think this part here, Nikki, I think they have the filter kind of took it out. I think this part here, Nikki is saying, if you loved me, you would turn me, or something about loving him and turning him, I believe. But in any event, we know that Nikki was very instrumental in his life and, him going forward. He looks so sad. He looks so good, though.
What are we doing here?
We're doing a rewrite.
So this whole tour is just some ironic reaction to my book. Is my doc your eulogy?
The songs are my story. Your doc.
So here we see him on the stage, and he has the book, and he tosses it like, this book, who cares? And we know he cares about it quite a bit. And then we see, again, we've seen him show this to Louis before. Is he's like signing things or something? I don't know. And here he is being attempted to be garroted. And so he mentions that at the beginning of this trailer. So this is the same scene where he is in the hotel or the condo hallway and he's fighting several different vampires. But it looks, at least at this point, they kind of have the upper hand. But he's not going to have his head garroted. So that's good. It's good for all of us. It's good for the show. Because we need to have his head intact.
Eulogy.
Okay.
The songs are my story. Your documentary.
This part here is interesting too. Like, he's hanging? I don't know if that's him, but whoever this is hanging. He almost looks like a scarecrow in a way. And it looks like someone's like shaking off his mud. Again, I haven't read the books. I don't know if this has to do with his initiation by Magnus. No clue.
Elementary, the liner notes.
Celia.
Missing the psychodrama of Dubai.
So I have to say, we see this shot here of him in the club, in the venue, and actually I've seen this for the first time now. 2 of my friends are in the shot. So you guys are looking good, and I'm so proud of you. So yeah, I was actually outside of the venue this day, but I didn't actually see anyone. This is the second time I saw Eric. And at one point he was literally maybe 10 feet away from me, but there was a bit of a wall separating, so I didn't realize he was there until afterwards, and I was too shy to go up to him. But of course there were other people who were more bold than me, and they all got signatures, and he talked to them. But yeah, I didn't get to talk to him. But yeah, I was outside the venue this day.
Psychodrama of Dubai. I'm looking to kill it.
Okay, so this part here. So we see Armand. Of course, when we see Armand, we think of Dubai. And we hear Lestat saying to Louis, "Are you looking for the psychodrama of Dubai?" So I guess they had conversations, and Louis told him about stuff. But then, again, the filter kind of took it out a little bit. But
I'm looking for killer.
So Louis says he's looking for Killer. So Killer is Bruce, Claudia's, the person who assaulted Claudia. And so we see, they're at a bowling alley. I wonder what bowling alley this is. I wonder if this is the one. Is it in Thorncliffe? I don't know. I don't really go to bowling alleys that often around here, but there's one maybe about 7 kilometers away from my house. This could be it. I don't know. Okay, we've seen this. And who is this? I heard rumbling she was in town, so apparently she was. Antoinette, another failure of his, which in truth, was she a result of one of his failures? Well, I guess maybe if he thought his family was smarter, i.e. Claudia was smarter, he might have realized that she had everything in her to kill her. She requested her death 1,000 times. And so in the way he kind of failed her, but Antoinette was also kind of dumb. But she was beyond her depth. She was dealing with vampires, and she had no idea before she was turned. Oh, Antoinette. Okay. So that is Marius. So I'm sure that's Marius. That looks like the actor. He's wearing some very big contacts. Those are very huge irises. And so once again, we're talking about failures. We see Louis all bloody.
Such an asshole. Oh, Rose. Failure. Pretty little bitch. Oh, World Cup. So stupid fucking idiot.
So we have everybody insulting him left and right. And one shot I thought's really cool is this one. So we see he's at a table. Again, this is a hallucination because there are a lot of people. First of all, Daniel's head is not that big. And he's coming through from the ceiling. And so we see Lestat at the head of the table. We see what looks like Louis. We see Gabriella at the other head of the table. And I think we see Nikki a bit. You see his forehead at least. And some other people who I'm not sure they are. But they're all looking at him. And everyone in this section is just calling him a failure. Okay, and that's it. And then we see something. Is that somebody who must be kept? Is that Sheila Atim's hand, i.e. Akasha's hand? I'm pretty sure that's what that is. It's kind of like a post-credit to the trailer. So yeah, so that's everything. That was really fun to see. Again, I don't feel as though it spoiled too much, but again, I'm so happy to see more posts, more interactions between characters. I'm glad to see Claudia. And yeah, all the flashbacks of all these people who have been on his mind. The tenor, Antoinette, Nikki, of course, Claudia, of course. All these different things in his upbringing with his brother, his father, and everything else. So yeah, I'm really pumped for this new season. I can't even believe it's in 2.5 weeks, basically. So I will be back here, I guess, on Monday to talk about the After Dark special, the first one, to give my opinions and see what you guys all thought about it. But please, again, leave your comments and we can have a great discussion about these things. If there's something that I missed, let me know, or let us all know, so we can ponder it and get ready for June the 7th. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching me here today. Make sure, once again, you do all those things: like, share, subscribe, hype, comment, put the notification bell on, and I'll see you later here on I See Melanie, aka I See Lestat. Okay, bye everyone.